All right, next. So this is why the Great Tribulation is going to be so bad. People wonder, well, what? Okay. So in that video series, the Bible series, in the days of Noah, as in like, in the days of Noah, it's a series on Amazon Prime. I think it was the it was the fourth video in the series that talks about the Ark of Fire. In that video, they mention, how could the world's economies collapse at once, the banking system and all that. I'm going to tell you how right now, and this is why the Great Tribulation is going to be so bad. Because all of the things that people have been calling conspiracy theories about the corruption in the pharmaceutical industry, about the elite having control, those are not conspiracy theories. That's real. And the reason the Great Tribulation is going to be so bad is because when they are brought to justice, all of those systems are going to crash. The pharmaceutical industry there's going to be nobody left to make the medications anymore. It is going to be shut down and brought down so quickly and so rapidly. The people that run this are going to be brought to justice so quickly and so rapidly that there's going to be nobody left over. The banking systems are going to crash. When the Lord gets back, the dollar is going to lose value immediately. People are not going to be able to get a hold of their medications. It's going to be terrible. People aren't, Monsanto, all these major corporations like Walmart that have been in bed with the government, they're all going to be brought to justice too. So when their assets are seized, oh yeah, that's part of the judgment message against the elite that I'm going to get into in a minute. But when the Lord gets back, he and the angels, when he brings to ruin those ruining the earth, they are going to actually arrest these guys. There's no hidden bunker they can hide in. The Lord knows everything. He knows all of their passcodes on their safes. He's going to seize everything. Everything. Down to the last penny. Every single thing will be seized. He is going to bring them to justice. They're not going to have anywhere to turn but to the music to face it. So, part of the reason the Great Tribulation is going to be so bad too is because people, once people realize that this really is the truth and it's game over for them, they're going to turn on each other. They're going to turn into animals. They are literally going to turn into animals. God also said there is going to be an alarming, shocking rise in cannibalism. Because when people run out of food, what are they going to eat? If a loaf of bread will cost a day's wages, that's assuming you have a job. A lot of people aren't. A lot of systems are going to crash. A lot of people are going to be out of work. They will have no way to feed their families. It is going to be the kind of terror that you could never imagine. In fact, unless those days were cut short, no flesh would survive. And then you're going to have a bunch of demons running around loose, literally tormenting people. making them wish they were dead. It's... The warnings have been here the whole time. You can't say, oh, we didn't know. Because here's the thing. When people are like, oh, where's your proof? God, just give me a sign. Oh, twisted and faithless generation seeking a sign. The signs have been all around you in prophecy fulfillment. Even when Jesus was here and he was performing miracles and signs, people still didn't believe him. God has never had to prove himself to you. It was up to you to be humble and to have faith. Because you chose to put your faith in man's system. Now, when man's system is crushed in the head and brought to ruin, there's going to be nothing left for you but to deal with the consequences of your own faithless indecision. The Great Tribulation is going to be the most terrible and terrifying time in human history. And for all the people out there, oh, you're fear-mongering, I'm warning you. I'm warning you, because this is not my opinion, what I'm telling you right now. This is from God. It is the truth. I'm warning you. I'm not trying to instill fear in you. But if you do end up terrified and afraid, that is merely a byproduct of having to deal with the reality that is about to hit you like a ton of bricks. You will be crushed under that weight of the Great Tribulation and how terrifying it's going to be. Those movies like The Purge, I mean, yeah, it's true, like 3/4 of the world's population is about to die. It's going to be hell on earth. So, pestilence, the food shortages is going to be a result of all these corporations being brought to justice and being forced to hand over all of their assets. All of their assets are going to be seized. And the doors are going to be closed. He's going to bring to ruin those ruining the earth. Do you think Pepsi and Coke are still going to be in business? No. All of these systems are about to be crushed. Jesus is going to crush the serpent in the head. There's not going to be anything left. This is why the people are going to be crying out for a savior, for salvation. But instead of crying out to God for forgiveness and dealing with the consequences of their decisions, reaping what they've sown, they're going to put their faith in the wild beast. Like he's going to be able to save them? No. Because if you don't die during the Great Tribulation, you're going to be killed at Armageddon at the end of it. The wild beast is not going to be able to save you. The only one who can save you is Jehovah God. So famine from the food shortages, from all of these companies being crushed, pestilence and disease is going to skyrocket because of the pharmaceutical industry being crushed. And again, this was your own decisions. Like this you don't understand, but by putting your faith instead of in God, in man, when it does not belong to earthly man who is walking even to direct his step, You brought this on yourself. Man has dominated man to his injury. It's all over the Bible. But you did not want to listen. So now you're going to have to learn the hard way that it was actually true. Man. There's really no more I can even say on that. I mean, is there anything else you want me to say on about why the Great Tribulation is going to be so bad? He said, nope, you covered it. Next. All right.